everyone, welcome back to another tutorial. So today I'm going to be showing you how you can use my skin smoothing Photoshop action. It's very quick and easy to use and it will speed up your workflow, no problem. So what I'm going to do is just zoom in on my image here so you can see the skin. So if you've downloaded my action, which by the way is in my Etsy shop, and I will leave the link to the action in the description below. So if you've purchased my action, thank you very much, and you have downloaded it, what you need to do is double click on the action file and it will automatically load into Photoshop, and here it should be in the actions panel under skin smooth. Okay, so it's in its own folder, skin smooth. Click on the little arrow and you will see the skin smooth action highlighted. What you need to do next is press play and you will see the action load here. Okay, so it's labeled layer 1. It has a black layer mask. So what you need to do is click on your paintbrush and make sure the color is white. We're going to be painting white onto the black layer mask. Okay, now I'm going to leave the flow at 100% and the opacity is at 100% so we can see it, but we will usually, when I would do this, I probably would reduce the flow so the effect is more subtle, but for the purposes of this tutorial I'm going to leave it at 100%. Okay, so what you need to do is simply start painting onto the skin. So you will see it start to smooth out. Now obviously this is the effect in full force here, so this won't be the final image with the skin looking this smooth because I prefer skin to look a bit more natural, but this is just showing you what it can do on your image, and you can reduce this effect afterwards, but we're just going to simply paint along the skin where the blemishes are. And usually on a portrait like this I would, do some basic blemish removal at the start and then use this action. Okay, but for this tutorial I'm just going straight in with the action. I will do another video on skin editing and what I would do. So I know this is looking very over the top right now. I'm going to go back. Yeah, there we go. So just paint over the skin. And obviously this girl has freckles and I don't want to remove all of those because I think, they're actually really nice on her and I don't want to remove them. But they look removed at the moment, but I'm just going to reduce that at the end. So I'm just going to paint over any blemishes. Let's do that. Okay. So just paint over here. So you can see how smooth everything is looking, and it does look unnatural. But that's okay. We will sort that out at the end. Okay, so I know this is looking a bit too much at the moment, but paint over her face, and her body is showing too, like her neck, so I'm going to just do those areas too, because don't forget other areas of skin that are showing, because I've seen people edit and they have a smooth face but the body is looking different and it doesn't look right. So just remember to edit the skin on the neck and the chest if it's showing, and even the arms there, but let's just quickly go over that. The arms, hands, things like that. Okay, so it's a bit there. Okay, so obviously I've gone over it very roughly just to show you, but we're going to zoom in here and you can see it's looking very unrealistic at the moment, but there we go. What we can do with that is go to the opacity, so make sure the layer is highlighted, go to the opacity and then you can reduce the opacity, which will reduce the effect overall. Okay, so you can see if we go all the way there, it's going to bring the skin back to what it was kind of like in the beginning, but let's increase it slightly and you will see the effect beginning to show. So if we put it at 65% say, and we do before and after, you can see the difference that it's made. Let's just see the difference on this chest area. I think it looks a bit too smooth on the chest area, so it does look a bit too smooth, so I'm going to reduce it a little bit more and go back up to the face here. So you can see it is very much reduced, but still makes a difference, and you can really adjust this to your liking however much you want it to be. So put it at 60. There we go. So yeah, you can see it makes a huge difference actually. And like I said before, I would just originally go over any areas that might need the spot healing brush or the healing brush by itself, and then you can use the action on top and do the smoothing. Okay, so there we go. So there's the quick tutorial for how to use my skin smoothing action. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below and I will get back to you. And yes, I hope you enjoy.